What's up, everyone? I'm the man with the plan, Jack Slater, yeah, the comic outlaw. And today we're going to get a little bit weird because it's the Savage She Hulk, and this run is a little bit weird. Doing issue 14, Lady Kills the Blues. And we're about to kick it off like this. Last time we left you, Zapper finally hooked up with the She Hulk, and we're going to see how their first date goes as they're heading off to the beach for a little R&R. And immediately Zapper's kind of surprised or a little bit intimidated because Jen is just able to do things that he's just not able to do as She-Hulk. How easily she pulls the surfboard out of the car when he's having trouble with it. And he's just basically like surprised in how strong she is. When he's out there surfing, she's like literally paddling and he's going faster and faster and faster. Almost too fast. He's getting a little bit worried, but all in all, he's having a good time. Who wouldn't be? A little fun in the sun with She-Hulk. As they're riding the waves, they decide to kick back, have a picnic lunch, skip some rocks. And I love how he skips some rocks, and he does a pretty good job. And then She-Hulk can never be outdone, decides to pick up her own rock. But she doesn't just pick up a small rock, she rips a chunk, literally a chunk off the mountain, flattens it, and then just destroys that marker out there, and that sea marker, bam! And as they kick back, lay in the sun, and have a little fun in the sand, with the hands wandering everywhere, if you know what I mean. And now there's a lady sitting there. Someone throws a coin in their cup, and you find out that she's always wanted to be a singer. She's always tried to be a singer. She came out of the ghetto, you know. It was her big dream to hit Broadway one day, to be a star. But her father didn't like her voice, so he rejected her. And then she tried to find her way through school, college. She met a band. They got rid of her. She had teachers there crushing her soul, trying to destroy her voice, trying to destroy her legacy that she's built up in her mind. Now she wanders from place to place, and this man's willing to give her a shot at singing on stage tonight. Meanwhile, we find out that Zapper and She Hulk are actually going to meet Zapper's parents. So this is what the big deal is, and this is why they're heading out. But Zapper wants her to turn back into Jen, you know, because his parents might freak out a little bit if a giant green Goliath walked in. So she forces herself back into Jen, and this is where she starts to control her transformations, you know, here and there. Anyways, they meet Zapper's parents, and we find out that Zapper's father is being sued by that same lady for quote-unquote destroying her voice. But anyways, they drop Jen off at her house, and there is that worry dude, and I swear this guy's the biggest bum I've ever met. Like, he just spent the whole time, 30 hours on the couch, her couch. I thought this guy was like a superhero sidekick or something. Anyways, this lady gets rejected from the club. She can't sing. And Jen goes to meet her because she needs to work out this lawsuit. And she's just trying to meet her, trying to have a feel for her. And she finds out that she's very moody and somewhat violent. She slashes at people. She throws stuff. You know, she tried to attack Jen. Worry, you know, this chick is crazy. But anyways, Jen's father right now is kind of debating, you know, whether or not he wants to talk to her. He's disappointed in Jen. He thinks that she's lost her moral fiber and whatnot. And this woman is just trying to get in the sack with him, and she's trying to make him forget about Jen so she can go off to Never Never Land with She-Hulk's father. But anyways, like I said, she's interviewing different people, and this is one of the people that she interviews who was in the band. And he says that she was never a singer. She was just a backup singer with a very bad temper that used to eat a lot of sugar because she's a diabetic, and she would fly off the handle for anything. And then she kind of goes and interviews the father, and he pretty much tells her that she has a horrible voice, you know, like all the story that I said earlier from her perspective was basically a lie. And she's built herself up in her head to be this big star, but she just does not have the talent to do it. But anyways, Jen is putting the case together, trying to figure out how she's going to go about this and how she's going to build her case, you know, basically a lot of lawyer stuff. But she also has other problems on her mind too. The lady calls her, tells her that she's going to go into diabetic shock and that she's just going to kill herself. Jen does not want this to happen, so she rushes off to save this lady. But will she make it in time? That's always a problem, because in California there's one thing that you can always count on, and that's traffic. As the clock ticks by, tick, 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 every moment of her life slowly draining away, Jen worries and stresses. She tells the cabbie to go faster, but he can't. And she begins to change. Something savage in her switches. She pushes her fist through the glass and demands that he goes faster. And he finds a way to get there quickly. How the She Hulk can negotiate when she really, really wants something. It's usually a negotiation with a big green fist. But anyway, she hops over, goes from building to building, and finds her on the floor in diabetic shock. And this is where she heard like the story that if you put a little sugar on her fingers and put it on her lips, it may kind of bring her out of it, since she hasn't been taking her insulin. But will it work? She barely comes to, and She Hulk carries her to the hospital. And basically the nurses, the doctors, everyone's panicking, because at this point they think She Hulk is just a murderous, rampaging beast, no better than her cousin, the Hulk. But she drops her off. She saves her life and runs off before security can get her. But will she ever be more than just the savage She Hulk? Will she ever be able to clear her name? And will her and Zapper stay together? And will they get that guy off the couch, man? We'll find out next time, and I'll catch you on the flip side.